Spiritual formation into Christ's likeness is by its very nature others-oriented. As we increasingly unite our life with Jesus, we don't just take on His moral viewpoints, we experience His heart. We come to share God's immensely compassionate love and His constant solidarity with His broken, wandering, and lost creation. Matthew's classic summary of Jesus' work gets right at this. He writes, "When Jesus saw the crowds, He had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then He said to His disciples, 'Look, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray earnestly, therefore, to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into the harvest.'" So you see, spiritual formation does not drive us inward in a negative way. On the contrary, as our inner life is transformed, our hearts are filled with love for others. This transformed heart, now aching and praying and desiring the good of others, then transforms the practical deeds of our body. This is seen in empathy for the poor, in compassion for the marginalized, and in a cry for justice for victims of all kinds. So this twin journey of inward and outward growth emerges precisely from the life and teachings of Jesus. For He said, "Do you want to stand out? Then step down. Be a servant. Your life will count for much." Or He taught, "Give away your life, and you'll find life given back. Not merely given back, but given back with bonus and blessing." Giving, Jesus taught, not getting, is the way. Well, our liturgy weekly guides our hearts into this way of being in the world, the way of active compassion and mission, as we regularly say prayers such as, "O God, guide the nations of the world into the way of justice and truth, and establish among us peace, that we may honor one another and serve the common good. Help us to love our enemies, lead them and us from prejudice to truth, deliver them and us from hatred, cruelty, and revenge, that a spirit of respect and forbearance may grow among the nations and peoples." The prayers of the people, similarly, that are common to our worship every week, they teach us to intercede for the poor and the oppressed, the unemployed and the destitute, for prisoners, those persecuted, refugees, and captives. They teach us to pray for the well-being of all people who are in danger, that they may be relieved and protected. Well, I know the common criticism, that these prayers could be said in dry, rote, or insincere ways. Of course. Songs could be sung that way too. Sermons could be, quote, listened to while nodding off, tweeting, texting, or checking Facebook. But these scriptures, these prayers, these have nurtured the faith of millions of Christ followers over the millennia. And so with a little focused participation on our part, they can become the genuine cry of our heart. They can be the means of grace that we employ truthfully and earnestly as ones who intend to be the cooperative friends of Jesus, seeking by the power of the Holy Spirit to live consistent lives of creative goodness for the sake of others.